In the first two parts of this series of video about Helm, we have started to create a package to handle the DAST format, which is the custom format used by DatoCMS to handle rich text content. So what we've done so far is defining the type that we need to represent the DAST format. And then we've created a decoder to decode a JSON document in the DAS format. Since the last video, I've done several things. First, I've implemented the inline item node, the item link node, and I've made a little bit of rewrite, for example, on the block node. If you have a look at the block node, previously it was defined like block node item ID A. I've created an object to store that to match the other kind of nodes. Another thing that you can notice is that I've quite changed the structure of the project. I've extracted everything related to the decoder inside a decode file, along with its own test. And I've created a HTML file for the third part that we will do today, which is rendering a structured text document into a list of HTML nodes. So let's start. So I've created a dummy test, a first test, which is it should render an empty document. Of course, if the document is empty, what we will render is an empty list of child elements. Currently it fails, as you can see below. So let's have a look at the implementation. And of course, the implementation just returns a debug.todo, which is why it fails. So if we just return an empty list, the test pass. Okay, that was easy. Let's start the next test. Okay, so I made a mistake. Okay, so now let's start with a simple node. Let's say, which one was the simplest? Maybe the thematic break. So a thematic break represents has nothing inside. So okay, I should render a thematic break node. Okay, so if we have only a structured text with root thematic break, which contain a thematic break node. Let's import everything. Okay, then we should have a return, which is a break in HTML. So have I set up the HTML? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so the test fails. Great. Now we will need to implement this. So as you can see, we have only one kind of structured text. So up, and we can see the node. Let's create. I need to import that. Okay, let's create a new function to render root node. Okay, which will take a root node, a root child node. Let's call it root child node, and we'll return list of HTML. Okay, let's import that. I guess we will need to do that. Now what we need to do is implement, in fact we don't need to do that. Let's just render a thematic break node let's say HR. Okay. Okay. It still fails because we need to call it. So list.map render which I node root nodes that we will call root general nodes. Okay. Does it pass? No, it doesn't. Should render a thematic break node. Okay. What did I do? Not this one. So, okay, this works. Render which I node. This should work, I guess. Oh yeah, it passed. I guess there was a little problem. Okay. Now that our test is passing, we can go to the next kind. I think it was heading. No, not really. Block quote maybe, or code. Yeah, I think code was easiest because it did not have any children. Okay, so let's create a new test. Should render a code node. Okay, so let's say we have a root code which contains, let me check, so a code node containing all of those. So root code containing code node with all of that. So code is, let's say, okay, the language, let's say it's just JavaScript, just sorry. The highlight, we don't have any highlighted lines, so okay. I think it's good. Okay, let's say that we will render it using pre. Maybe I'll just check what is used on my current blog. Where do I have code? Here. Let's have a look. So yeah, I think we have a pre containing the code tag. Okay, so a pre containing a code tag with a class which is long. Okay. Okay, that's not really readable. Let's add some line breaks. And it should contain main equals 1. Let's check. Yes, this was highlighted afterwards. Okay. So we have this text. We don't care about the highlight from now, and it should work. So the test is failing, of course. So let's do a case right here. So if we have a thematic break node, a root, thematic bread, let's have that. So it contains a thematic break node. And if we are, okay, let's just do the code one. So if we have a code node here, let's create a function. Okay, else we may need to render nothing for now. Okay, let's create that. We have a code node of type A. I'm not sure we need that. And we will return HTML message. Okay, and we say that we need to return a tree containing a code. Okay, the code as a class. So let's create a let class list equals if case cannot dot, we can extract the data right here. Cannot is pending code language and highlight. We don't need highlight for now. Okay, so if the language is just language name, will return lang plus language name. Okay, let's say this. Let's rename that attributes. Okay, I have the nothing range to handle, and here we'll just return nothing. Okay, so this one is just to add the proper class. Okay, and here we need to add the language. No, the code, sorry. Okay, what's the problem here? Okay, code right here. Oh yeah. Okay, let's keep code not data. So code not data.language, we can rename that language, and code data.code. Perfect. So I think I'm missing the proper import, and it passed. Perfect. Small bit of refactoring here. I will extract that to have the same API. Render automatic break. Okay. Okay. Let's do a paragraph node. So let's go right here. Okay. So new test. Should render a paragraph node. Okay. So the paragraph node should be a root paragraph. Let's import that. So it contains only a list of children. So let's add a span, paragraph span, sorry, containing a span node with a value of hello, and no marks maybe. Okay, so what we're expecting here is to have a P span with nothing right here, and here we should have hello. Okay, I think the test is good. Maybe we can align those because it's quite readable. Okay, so let's add a new case, which is render paragraph, root paragraph, sorry, paragraph node, render paragraph node, paragraph. No, perfect. Let's do that. And HTML message. Okay, let's create that. So a P and here. So let's say first this.map under paragraph child node. Here we can pattern match here to have the children. Okay, so we have the children, and now we will just give that into a P. Let's render that. I think it has a parameter, and it returns HTML message. And okay, let's say we'll do the rating immediately. So let's just handle the paragraph span. Okay, so here we can return a span with the text. So the value. Okay, and okay. It doesn't work. I did forget something, I guess. Yeah. It's the import once again, and it works. Perfect. Let's add one test for the marks. I don't know if you remember, but the span node can have some marks. So it's a list of marks. Let's say that it's italic. No, it's emphasis, if I remember. One. So let's say okay. And let's add a second one, which will be world, which will have what do we have? Strong, no, let's say underline strong. What do we have? Code. Okay, let's say code. Okay. Maybe strike through. I'm not sure how we render the strike through one. Okay, so it doesn't matter. So what we will do here is render what we're expecting. So here we have some emphasis, so it will be M containing some code. Okay. With hello, and the second one, I think we can keep that. And the second one will contain either a tag for underlined, so underline. Not sure. So it says that we shouldn't use U to underline. So let's just say that we will have a span. Okay. So yeah. Let's just say that we have a span, and what we will do is say style text decoration underline. Okay, then it will contain a strong. Okay, which will contain once again sorry, I never use this one. It's also text decoration. Okay, line through or overline. Line through. Okay. So text decoration line through. Okay, perfect. Text decoration line through, and it will contain world. Okay, now we have our test. So how will we do that? So here we will extract so render span node function. Span node, we can keep the span node right here. Render span node, which takes a span node and returns HTML message. Okay, and we can just do that. Okay, so if span node data, in fact, I'm not sure about what I want to do. Maybe if it's just something without anything, we can just have. No, let's keep the span anyway. So, oh, I'm doing some JSON. Case span data off, and if it's empty, no, I want to see the mark. If it's empty, let's return just a span, else at first others. Maybe we don't need that. Let's start with the right and say, okay, let's start with only a text of span node data, and then so we have the current element, so the mark here, the rendered here, and what we will do is do a case on the mark. So just do a case on the mark, which can be all of them. Okay, here, if it's strong, we can return strong. So I'm not sure if this is clear, but in fact we will just wrap the text with every tag that we encounter with every mark. So let's say here we need to have a code. Okay, and we'll do the same for the others. Okay, I forgot the highlight one. So here, emphasis. Here we have a span with style text decoration line through, if I remember correctly. Oh, this one, text decoration underline. Okay, and highlight. I really don't know what to use. Maybe we have the mark tag. Yeah, perfect. So let's use this one. Mark. I think I have, yeah, of course. So let's import this one, and what's the matter? List mark, yeah, I need to give it a list of marks. So what was the first? Accumulator and the list. So span of data. Okay, this one, list A. Where does it come from? Mark. Ah, okay, yeah. Of course. So we need to add a mark one, just to be sure. No, the highlight one, sorry. So the highlight one is the last one, so it's here. Mark. Okay, perfect. Let's make that a little more readable. Yeah, okay. It fails because I don't have the proper name. To render a complex or a paragraph node with a span containing marks. Okay, and now it passed. Perfect. So this was a bit more difficult for now, but it's pretty good. I think I won't go into details on how to implement every node. Maybe we should just focus on the block node. I don't know if you remember. The block node is a custom block, so it contains a few things. Let's see. So, should render a custom block. Okay, so we have a custom block, let's say root block that contains a root block node. No, sorry, a block node. A block node has an item ID. I will just take what we had here. So I will take maybe in the test to be better. So the block node right, not here, right here. Yeah, let's take it on link node. So we have a block node here, which has no meta. Let's copy those, which were, no, it's in the test. So let's copy the image item. Yeah, I've renamed also block into item almost everywhere, so it's no item ID and everything like that. So we can import that. Can import, no, we don't need to import that, but we can put it there. Okay. So the block node has no children, so we can remove that. And how can we test that? In fact, it's a custom block. So what we need to do is let the user decide what he will do. For example, here I just want to have an image which will say full width. And we have the image URL right here. Okay. No, this should go on the attribute, of course. So here I'm doing something pretty wrong because I don't provide an alternative text. Be careful on a true example. Or let's say, okay, we will add and logo. Okay. So now what we need to do is to create a user-defined render blocks, render image block. So it takes an image item. We can rename it render image item, and it returns some HTML. Okay. So let's see. I want just to render. So image item dot image URL. Let's say if the format is full width, I will just return full width, else return image width. Okay, so let's add, I don't remember the order, it was class first. Okay, and Ideally, this should be contained also in the image item, but let's do that simply. Oh, no, we can do that. Alt string, so image item alt. Okay, perfect. So right here we've changed the image. Right here it contains alt equals logo. Oh no, I do the wrong thing. Okay. Perfect. Now we have our test, and what we need to do is make it work. So root block. So we have a block node, and we need to render a block node. As we know, we will need a user-defined function. So let's create a parameters with a render block function. So it's a function that takes a hey and return HTML message. Okay, it's an alias. It's been a while. So a message. So now we need to have these parameters here. So yeah, we need first render parameters, and let's give that to the children. Okay, and we can give that to render block node that we need to create right now. Okay, render block node. So it takes render parameters, a block node, of course, of the A, and it returns an HTML message. I'm pretty sure it didn't. Yeah. Just to be safe. And now what we need to do is extract. So this is the block node. Yeah. Block node. Block node data if you want. And we can just render parameters dot render block node data dot item content. And that should be all. The first argument to render is not what I expect, of course, because we need some parameters right now. Render render block equals render image item. Okay, and we need to add it here. Render block equals always text. Okay, we can copy that. Where is it? This one, and maybe this one. I think we have another one. Yeah. Again. Perfect. So our tests are passing. So now we're properly decoding a custom block. So I won't cover in this video all the type. I think I will do that offline. So I think the next video will be part 4 and will focus on everything that you need to do to effectively publish your package. So it includes documentation, code samples maybe, uh, and review, I guess, and things like that. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you want to share it, you're welcome. And subscribe if you don't want to miss the next part. Thank you.